Welcome to another CEO Wisdom podcast. We have Rony Dahan with us today. He's a founder and CEO at Vesta Investment. He's pioneering real world asset tokenization, democratizing property ownership for retail and institutional investors, and leading the future of RWA finance. He's in Dubai. I'm in Oaxaca, and top leads agencies presenting this podcast. If you want to get a bunch of leads, if you're in B2B SaaS, crypto, or AI, we can help you launch your own cold email campaigns and generate a bunch of leads per month. Nowadays, cold email is pretty hard, but we figured it out. We've been in there for 7 years, so top leads agency for that. Rony, welcome to the pod. Tell me a bit more about yourself and what you're up to nowadays.
Thank you very much, Charles. Thank you for receiving me to your podcast. It seemed very interesting also about the cold email. It's maybe something that I will need from you. We'll speak about that later. I start my journey about in real estate just after my college. I graduated in finance 10 years ago, and even if I study finance, I always want to do real estate. So I start working in a real estate investment fund, and I think 4 years ago I decided to make my own business. So to quit real estate because the lack of opportunity for small investor, I want to unlock this possibility for, especially for small investor, to be able to invest in the best project in the world, and tokenization was the key. So starting my journey by creating a real estate tokenization platform, so a kind of software when we can issue software that represent real world asset and especially real estate, and be able to have the most easily platform, very secure to onboard client, but also for the sorry market and the KYC. So now we relocate the company in Dubai because of the traction here. So it started in Miami, tokenizing real estate property, single family property, and now Dubai.
And Dubai is really friendly tax wise, but also crypto project wise. They don't have all these restrictions, right? But I think since Trump has been in power, it's been pretty good for the crypto community as well in the US, right?
Exactly. So since Trump election, the traction on my business, I don't know if it's related, but I think yes. The traction is huge, especially on real world asset tokenization. But also it make me some problem, Charles, because of the fact that I use Ethereum blockchain, and the gas fee are huge since Trump election. So I shift to Polygon because of that. It's not possible for me because I deal with small amount. When I distribute dividend for someone who invests only $100, someone I distribute only $1. So to pay $2 gas fee, it's impossible. And yes, about Dubai, you're totally right. Crypto friendly. The regulation are quite easy for the onboard of the client to be able to trade crypto on the marketplace and to tokenize real estate in Dubai. The biggest change in Dubai, when you tokenize real estate all over the world, and also in US, it's a company who own the asset, and what you tokenize is not the direct real estate, but the company. So a LLC, corporation, or an SPV. The big change in Dubai is the fact that there is no company involved in the tokenization process, and it's tokenization of the actual title deed. So the Dubai Land Department, so the government, have access to my direct access to my platform, and the cap table of the deed of the apartment that I tokenize is adjusted at any time that there is a transaction. So you can be owner on the direct title deed, you shall, for example, of 1% of the property. And this is very new, very secure because it's secured by the government. The blockchain is Ripple, so they choose the blockchain. I cannot put my own. And this is why we are there. We also received the license. We call that a broker-dealer license and exchange license to become a real estate exchange only in Dubai. In US, we are also regulated with other license.
Right. And tell me about real estate itself. Like me, always owned a bunch of companies and way more bullish on investing in my own companies that are systematized and I have full control. I manage a risk, and the upside is just way bigger. He has the time that I have to invest as well. I mean, your platform is cool. I can just invest and sit back and relax, right? Like, but my businesses they're pretty similar, actually. So and even if I invest time into them, it's skills that I get that I can invest in other businesses, right? So I've never thought of real estate as a strong investment for me personally. And if I buy a property, it's mostly for myself and pleasure. I won't put it on Airbnb and so forth. It's just like for me to reach my dreams, check my checklist, invite clients there, have a drink, have a nice view. It's not really for business. And I also think that in 5 to 10 to 15 years, there's going to be robots building homes, and the real estate market bubble is going to fall, right? And that comes from me as a background. Like my first 2 years in business, I served realtors and real estate investors. I used to do Facebook ads for them and generate leads for them. So I've never really been bullish about real estate. Are most people of my generation or of my pedigree like that as well? Or is real estate still a very strong investment?
Yeah, it's the first time I heard your theory about the robot building. Quite
Yeah.
interesting. And yeah, of course, even we see AI and all the automatization of the real estate construction can lower the price. The land will be the same, but the price of the construction can be lower. But I we want to be the Amazon of the real estate and the real world asset. We want to give access. Even if I am a strong believer in real estate investment, but even if I was not, it's not that matter because I am a marketplace. In my marketplace, you can buy industrial, residential. You can buy a fraction of an hotel, and it's always less risky to invest little bit in each property. So you invest $100 in thousand different property in thousand different location that invest all your money only in once. And this is what I want to bring with my company and my platform, diversification. And diversification can be in everything. Right now we have two marketplace, one for institutional, so tokenization only for institutional, bank, financial institution, family office, minimum investment from 100K. And we have another platform only for retail investors, so from $100 and only for real estate. But on the institutional side, it's real world assets. So I propose real estate. I propose debt tokens, so tokens that represent a loan, so a lending agreement. We propose private equity, so you can invest in OpenAI, you can invest in SpaceX, some stocks that are not on stock exchange, but on the tokenized way, we can give access to institutional investor. And yeah, from your theory, there is always a risk in everything that you invest. Even Bitcoin, nothing tells us that in 50 years there will not be a possibility to hack the wallet of every crypto owner. But at the end, there is a risk in everything in life.
Right. Yeah, and talking about that, don't you think that the risk of it being hacked increases as AI is getting smarter and quantum computing technologies are becoming more common?
Yes, the AI, the technology, and actually, it's a very very good question because we see that especially on the construction side here in Dubai, that the tech taking the place of the actual worker, and the automatization of that, not on the like computer building or 3D printing of a full building that can happen, but we are not there yet, but more on the software side. The time of construction, it's crazy. It can be 1 year to build a full building because everybody know his role, know his task, and things are moving quicker. So, very good question.
Very interesting. And right now you have six properties that I see on your website. Like, how did you actually buy these? Did you buy these with fiat? Like, did you agree with the owners that you were going to have them on your platform? How does that work?
Yes. So there is multiple way. We are backed by a real estate investment fund. So most of the case, we don't buy the full property to be able to tokenize the property. We put what we call a down payment. So it's like an option. We go to, for example, if you shall own a property in Mexico and you want to raise funds for that. So you think tokenization is the best way to sell it. Mostly we do bigger project, but we can maybe take that as an example. We will give you 5% of the money just for you to be secure. If on 3 months I am not able to tokenize the asset, so to create all the legal structure and to issue the tokens that represent your house in Mexico, we'll call that the Mexico Villa token, you will take the 5%. So it's an option that help Vesta to don't put the full treasury when we have access to and we want to tokenize an apartment, a villa. It can be a full floor. Yeah, so most of the deal we deal like that. We tokenize also single family property in US, Chicago, in Detroit, Atlanta, Cleveland. So it was cheap properties that range between 50,000 to 100K. Yes, this kind of property we are able to buy that, have the time to tokenize, raise the fund. We'll always charge a little premium on that. So when we buy at 50,000, we will sell it at 55. This is our profit for Vesta platform.
Right, and why Marrakesh as well as a market? Like, I'm suspecting you got there, you saw the market, and these properties are very cheap to buy, and they're pretty luxurious, right? And they're in gated communities most of the time. From my trip in Morocco, I certainly remember that. And yeah, why is the ROI so high? Is it like 11% per year in average? Like, yeah, how could you pull that out?
Yes. So I really believe in Morocco, but especially in Marrakesh. The reputation of Vesta is the most important. We issue our own token. We tokenize only the properties that we choose, not because the return investment is high, but because we know that it's legit. Because we know the developer, we make the due diligence, we know that it's secure, and we understand the market. These properties that you see in Morocco represent an off-plan project. So of course, that there is no dividend distribution. It's a token that represents an off-plan project, so who appreciate. And on the appreciation, this is our calculation. We know that the villa will be ready in 3 years. The price that we pay right now is a certain price. And if we check the market price regarding the competitor and the ready villa, the price will be up by 33%. So if you divide by 3 years, it's approximately 11%. So due diligence, very important, the reputation of Vesta. Sometimes you invest in a token that represents an off-plan project, so who appreciate, don't generate dividend. Sometimes it's also appreciates and also generate dividend. For example, a single family property in Chicago, Detroit, but the appreciation is approximately 2 to 3%. And it can also depreciate. At the end, there is a risk in real estate. You remember in 2007, 2008 on the subprime crisis, something that can happen. And, we always have on the term condition of the website that we are not an advisor. You make your own decision. We are just a broker that give you the vehicle to be invest on the most secure way in crypto, in fiat, or bank transfer.
Got it. And how do you get these high net worth investors knocking on your door? Do you do outreach? Do you do ads? How do you get your clients, your investors?
So yeah, very good question, Charles. Like I told you, we have two platforms. One is for retail, the other one for institutional. So marketing is quite different. For retail, 95% of my client, most of my client, are from the crypto space. So I just buy big data of cold email, like you say, the email of people who already bought crypto in their life, and I will send 1,000, 10,000, 100,000 of email to these people. Hey, we just launched a new property, tokenized real estate, invest. This is one way, or Discord, Twitter, because it's more crypto friendly, working with influencers that move client to my platform. This is for retail. For institutional, lot of PitchBook, lot of Crunchbase. This is two softwares that maybe you know, Charles, that have a big data of institutional and high network individual, but also by the fact that the multi-listing technology. When I list a token in my platform, I list also in other exchange that already have community. And for example, one of my partner is StegX. StegX is the biggest real-world asset tokenization platform only for institutional, financial institution, bank, family office. So this gives me access to all these investor, but the most important is due diligence and the project. When we tokenize an asset, it needs to be a good asset. Even if you want to tokenize a million, but the asset back is not legit, is not good, or is not returning the amounts that are expected, people will not invest, and they always prefer a secure way. So for this institutional investor, they always prefer what we call debt token. So a token that don't represent equity of the real estate, but that represent a loan that we give to the developer to build. We take the land as collateral. We give 80% of the amount of the land for him to start the project. Why it's secure? Because even if the land go down by 20%, we always have our security by the custody and the collateral. So good project mean possibility to raise funds, $5 to $10 million, institutional way. Retail, it's more for the democratization of the real estate. Vesta are not too profitable in the retail side, more institutional, and also white label solution. This is also something that we have. Another model, it's selling our software as a service to some other real estate company that wants their own software. And this is very profitable. We are very famous for that.
And how do you handle the trust part, right? Like crypto is notorious to have a bunch of scammers and hackers, and people are really frisky to invest into that, especially new high net worth investors that haven't invested in crypto before. How do you handle that part?
Excellent question. First of all, we have all the license, partnership and license are very important in this field. A custodial license and escrow account. When the money come, it never come to Vesta bank account. It come to a third party company that his only goal is to secure the fund and to secure the token. On the transaction between the token and the fund, they will handle that the fund will go to the developer and the token that represent ownership will go to the investor. Um, your second question was about crypto scammer. At the end, it represents equity, it represents real estate. There is no real relation between real world asset token and utility tokens that can be volatile. If the Bitcoin go down, real world asset will not, because it represents equity. Even if you don't have your token, you have the custody and also the share of the company who own the asset.
What's next for you this year? What do you want to accomplish as the CEO of your own company?
Yeah, so we just secured the license. We will be live in Dubai to be able to tokenize the title deed. So, yeah, marketing, improving the platform, implement a solution for people to be able to ask for a loan, because at the end, when you own a token inside Vesta platform, it represents equity. So you will be able to ask for 70 to 80% a loan to be able to reinvest in the platform. So this is something that we work very hard with my developer. And yes, tokenization of the title deed is the first time in history that something happened like that. And Vesta will be the third company in Dubai to have access to this opportunity in collaboration with the Dubai Land Department and VARA, the virtual asset regulator in Dubai.
Love it. Where can people find out more about you, Ronnie, and your company?
So LinkedIn, I think there is my LinkedIn profile. If not, Rony Dahan, or in my website, I have two websites: Vesta middle dash investment.com or vestacapital.io. You have my contact. You can contact me there, or you can directly invest in a token that represent real estate.
That was Ronnie and Charles for another CEO Wisdom